and almost pitch black outside.
Yeah, so for me it's 8 p.m. It's 9 p.m. for him, and then for most of our people
Really?
that are with us, we actually, it seems like it's funny because we actually attract the West Coast and 3 hours behind us Pacific Standard Time and things like that. So I do agree with you. We used to have a lot more interaction when we did it at our 10 p.m. Um, when we did our 10 p.m.s, and that was when people were like, I'm in, because for you 10 p.m. would be 2 hours from now for me, so that would be perfect timing.
Yeah, sorry, I just lost you for the last minute or so. So
Where'd I go?
I don't know. My thing wasn't. I wasn't hearing nothing. So I was like, what the hell?
Blake, are you here? Can you guys hear me?
I got you.
Yeah, so
I think it
what?
was only me.
No, yeah, you're good. I was just saying, like, at the end of the day, I understand that, and we're gonna work on it because for me, I wake up so early at like 4 in the morning to go over charts and go over things where I understand that the 10 p.m. market is there, so we're gonna have a training or a scheduled session where something like this might be pre-recorded, and then you'll be able to go over it later on,
Yeah.
and then possibly the live, I can move it to a little later depending on my sleep schedule. I just have to change it up a little bit.
All
So
right.
with options, when you're saying, hey, you don't understand the selling part other than the buying part is the risk. That is the epitome of going to the casino when you're buying options. When you're selling them, that is the casino selling the options to the buyers. And most people don't recognize that when they come into options trading early, and most people don't want to teach it that way. So when you're looking at spreads, what you're doing is you're protecting yourself for a less profit but a more strategical way of doing it. So you're buying an out of the money call and selling a out of the money put or in the money put where you want to buy the stock. And that way you're
What do you
spreading
mean by
yourself.
out of the money call?
So out of the money would be if the stock is at $100 a share, then
Mhm.
anything over 100 is out of the money.
Okay.
That's your strike price. So any strike price that is above 100 when the stock is currently at 100, if you're selling or buying the 101, you're buying $1 out of the money, right?
Out of the.
So when you sell an option, the difference of what you were saying before, Hamza, with buying, so you're like, I'm not familiar with that. So the only reason why you would want to sell an option would be two reasons: a covered call, or you're selling a put. The reason why you'd sell a put is because you're going long the company, but in a different way. So you're allowing somebody to pay you a premium to buy their stock for a less value when you're buying a put. Or sorry, when you're selling a put. So you're selling it to them saying, "Hey, I'll give you the right to sell me 100 shares of this stock that's trading at $100 for 95." And you've noticed on the chart when you've done the trainings with Mickey that you see that with market structure, the last few moves went from 96 to 110. So anything 95 is like a really good solid support level. So you're comfortable owning the stock there. So if you sell someone a put at that level and it does not hit that level, it stays above there, then you collect their premium by the expiration. You get to keep that. The same way you pay for one when you're buying it. If you were to buy a put and you believe it's going to go down, and you say you're going to buy a $100 put on a company, and it goes down to 95, well, you're paying a premium for that right to buy that. And you're the one as a seller, you're selling that premium to him, hoping it stays above 100. So you're like, well, the company's trading at 100. I don't want to sell a $100 call or a $100 put, sorry, at this price because that's where it's trading at. I want to sell it at 95 because I believe that's a strong support level. And I don't think by the end of the week it's going to be at that level. And if it does, then you're comfortable owning it at 95. So let's say it goes from 100 to 94, and at the end of expiration they execute and they say, "Hey, Hamza, you have to buy 100 shares at 95. The stock's currently at 94. You lose $1 a share times 100. You lose $100, right?
$100.
But you own the stock. You don't own an option anymore. You own the 100 shares, and now you can just let it hold until you get your money back. Because you're only doing that on companies that you believe are going to continue to go up. So you sell puts on Amazon, Apple, Tesla, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at smaller caps like Ford or maybe GM, even it's a little larger than Ford, obviously. But if you're looking at those, then what you're looking at there is that you're looking for a good consolidation period where you can straddle that and you can sell $2 out of the money and sell $2 out of the money on up and down. So if it's trading at $12.50, you're selling the $14.50 and you're selling the $10.50. And by the end of the week, you created a weekly income off of that premium.
Yeah, I got you.
Do you have any questions about it? Like, does that make sense or?
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's still a little like I don't know. I gotta see it.
It's hard to wrap your head around it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand it, but I just either gotta do it to like the owl factor.
Have you tried to paper
It's
trade
on
options?
learner, I get it.
Have you tried paper trading options?
I just recently I have a Webull account and I've been doing paper trading, but I've been kind of busy for the last, you can say, month and a half. You know, if it's not one thing, is another. You know, and I didn't really into it. I got it set up. It's there. I say, let me just do the paper trade. But I don't really like to do paper. I mean, I have to for more practice. But if you're not playing with real money, you don't care about the fake money. The fake money is like, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this. But when you're playing with real money, you want to learn it 100%, and you want to, you're gonna learn it before you do it.
Absolutely. And that's where I say don't even worry about setting up an account for paper trading. Imagine this. So you look into what we're looking at and we say, hey, just like I said, you find a stock that's at a support level that you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't matter what it is. You go, you know what? I love this stock. I love where it's at. This is the level. And you look at an option 60 days out and you go, it costs you $600 to buy it. This is for a buyer. And you're bullish on this stock. And you go, you know what? I want to buy it here. So what I would do is I would buy it at the money for a long term, and then I would sell in $5 call that's out of the money, and I'd buy 100 shares, and I would sell a put that is $5 below or $10, whatever the level of the company is I like. And that way I'm hedged all the way around. So what I'm doing is I'm giving myself the opportunity to get out of all these positions at a different level, and I try to create a long-term income through the option flow of selling the puts, selling the calls out of the money, that you're creating that income there. You're trading the in the money call that you bought because you're allowed to sell it at any time. So if the stock moves up or moves down to hit your stop loss, you can get out of that, but it's a good way to make a good premium when you've hit a good support level for a long-term option. So it's one of those things where you can learn a lot from it, and you don't always have to be watching it in front of your face. So what I recommend is just taking a stock that you like, and you write down, okay, I bought 100 shares here. I'm going to sell a covered call. That means you're selling somebody the right to buy those shares from you at a said price. If it doesn't happen, if they don't execute that, then you collect the premium. So let's say that you're trading a $100 stock and you buy 100 shares. And you say, I'll sell you the right to buy them at 105. Well, you just made $5 times 100. That's not a bad deal, right?
No, yeah.
If it goes to 150, you're mad because you lost on the profit. But really, you shouldn't be, because once they execute, you can always go long again.
Yeah.
And get back in. But if the stock remains below 105, then you're able to collect the premium. So let's say you sell to them for $120. Well, that means in 5 days, if the stock's below 105, you collect $120 just for selling them the right to just you sold them the right to pay you profit.
Yeah.
And
So,
once
that's something.
yeah,
That's something you guys have to yeah, do the classes for. Like those beginners and go and more advanced. Teach us from A to Z, everything. Start how to do it. That's something that you like. Yeah, man. I want to do that. That's something I want to study also.
and we can break that
What
down
about
for
you?
you.
What kind of trader you are? I mean, what's your go-to trades or go-to moves?
So what I look for is what's moving in the market. A lot of times, if you're in the, I know some people don't have time, but if you get into the live trading with us for the first couple hours, which is 9 to about 11:30, if you're in there for us Eastern Standard Time, you'll hear what we're talking about, where we're trading SPY, scalping 5% on instant moves on different market structure breakdowns, looking for different entries, and then we're also looking for swing trades on companies that are down for the week. You through 3 bars weekly. You have a 3 weeks down. For me, is a good option play for long term. That they're gonna at least get some type of 50% retracement using the Fibonacci. That's kind of how I go with it. So I'll trade with a mindset of a market neutral. I want to make sure that I have SPY puts, I have QQQ puts, I have long term technology companies, I have different positions in different companies. Therefore, when I'm playing options, the options are protecting my shares. And the fundamentals behind using options would be to protect and hedge your current position. You're not buying options to make money, you're buying options to have fun while selling options to make money. Boom. 8:15 edit time, 12:14 into the video for anybody editing this. Blake, are you alive? Mars?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Where is everybody tonight? It's the time, I'm telling you. If I got in 2 hours from now, there's going to be 20 people in here. But I get tired.
It's probably the. You guys do the live trading every day in the morning?
Yeah, every
Live
morning,
trading?
9 a.m., and then we trade for at least a couple hours every morning in the same channel.
All right, I start logging in.
Yeah, we're in here just showing what we're scalping. John M. scalps SPY pretty much daily. He's been scalping Tesla. And then I just look for those good long-term plays and look for that one good one.
What is your advice on the market, though? I mean, this thing is not looking too hot, though.
I think that it's a time to be protecting yourself on the downside.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I've been basically selling almost everything on the green and just waiting for the real red days, and so I can buy back cheap. I think buy back on the dip and just wait it out.
My opinion is if you're going to buy back on the dip, then you want to be selling the rips as well by buying puts at the tops.
Mm-hmm.
If you see the SPYs,
I,
trading
I
at
think
3,
I,
go ahead.
I think I'm a couple of days late for the puts because it kind of went down a lot, and you don't know how far it's gonna really go.
Correct, and that's where you want to make sure you're monitoring your risk. If you look at the levels, you'll see like with the market structure when in our other group where you see with Mickey where he teaches you
Yeah.
higher highs, lower lows. You want to make sure you're putting yourself in a position where it's a safer position, not a riskier. You don't want to be buying at the high. You want to be buying at the low.
Who I thought this week, like last week, because of the stimulus checks what came out, I thought we would have like a beautiful week this week. Everything was going to be in the green, and that's where you put your position to go down your puts because as soon as, but no, it didn't really go up this week, even though the stimulus checks came out. They thought that so much amount of people was going to reinvest that money in the market, but I don't think nobody really did that much.
Well, I think that there's also people that are waiting for the bigger dip. It takes time for the move to happen, so the money might be flowing in, but their sellers are overwhelming the buyers, and it's really just representing what stock you're looking into. You know, if you looked at a couple of these meme stocks, they weren't moving lately, but the new stocks that we were mentioning, like the NFT stocks, and looking away from the energy, looking away from the oil, looking away from the big tech. Those are the stocks that moved. And then we had the value come into play, and especially the retail, Target, Walmart, Microsoft, those stocks started moving. So that's where you look at that heat map that we have in the options bot room, where you can see what's moving, what's hot this week. And sometimes finding out what's hot this week, if you're not into it, is a perfect time to buy into what's weak this week, if that makes sense. You know, WEAK to WEEK. So it's like, you know, find what's weak this week every time, and understand that people aren't looking for buying on strength. They're trying to buy on weakness right now, and they're selling on strength. I know I kind of messed that up a little bit, but that's, you know, that's where I'm at. There's a lot of people out there that are afraid of another correction like we had last year, but there's another way that you have to think about, where if everybody's thinking there's another correction coming, maybe 400 for the SPY is the right way to go, not 387. But if you think that way, then in my opinion, you buy 10 contracts to go to the upside. You in the money, you sell some that are out of the money, and you sell some that are in the money, or sorry, out of the money to the downside, and you play it all the way around. Trade that middle contract, collect a premium, cover yourself if you have to. And if you're bullish on a stock and you want to protect yourself and collect the premium, then you sell that put below where you want to buy it, and then you also sell a covered call to cover your 100 shares per however many 100 shares you own, and you collect that premium on both ends and have the opportunity to buy the stock cheaper, and also keep continuing to gain on your profit for your shares. Jack McCarty in the house. What's up?
Who?
Always can go back and rehash what we've been talking about, but really it's been kind of just a normal conversation, talk about options and different strategies with buying and selling puts, and being able to hedge yourself if you're holding a long-term position, things of that nature.
Sure.
Anybody have any questions before we get off tonight, or is there anything else that we want to talk about? No?
Nah, I'm good.
How about them Bengals?
Let's wait and see.
How's everything going on your guys' personal level? Life good? Weekend was good? Are you trading okay? What's going on? Hamza, wife and kids, good? Everything's good?
Oh yeah, man, pretty good. Enjoying the sun, and just here.
What part of the country? Where are you at? Where are you at, Hamza?
I'm in Texas, Houston.
Okay, nice. My dad ran some dealerships down there in the Gulf Coast. Some truck dealerships right there in Angleton.
Okay.
A little south of you.
That's a couple hours away. Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 hours south of Houston.
Yeah. Been there a couple times. I delivered there a lot.
Jack, you ready for lunch on Saturday?
With pleasure. Absolutely.
Get some wings and some barbecue?
Yep. I'll never turn down barbecue.
Mars Sniper, what are you going to do this week? What's your plans? What you got going on?
Nothing really. Still laid off from work, so
Grinding for elite training, right? You're going to start helping out?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Jack, I know you got with Blake and you got together on the editing, so I'm ready to rock and roll with that and see what you can do.
Awesome.
But other than that, guys, go back and review. If you're coming in late, watch the fucking show. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit that like, punch, kick, drop, kick it, elbow drop. Other than that, I'm done for the night. We're gonna get together in the morning. If we want to do a later show to get more people on, we need to like interact into the live trading chat. Make sure we get people ready to go. If they want to do 10 p.m., then I'll schedule it. I'll do it an hour and a half from now on my time. And we'll start doing it later because that was the big show that everyone wanted to be in before about 6 months ago. So if that's what it is, if it's easier for everybody at a later time, we'll definitely do that and we'll continue to put out more content. If not, we'll make Jack host a show or something, or Mars. So
Oh boy.
nah. So keep watching, guys.
Me, it's later for me than you.
I know it is. Stay in the green. Keep watching, guys. Go back and watch those old videos and the announcements, or the old trainings that we had, and look at the growth. So it's been fun to go back today when I was posting those and seeing how we were before and where we are now, and we got this. Everything's going good. Love you guys, Blake. Whatever you're doing, he sent me a picture that said that it reminded him of me, and it said, I think it was along the lines of, I don't know where I'm going, but it's not going to be boring. And I definitely agree with that. If you're with me, it's not going to be a boring ride. Blake, I saw you unmute. Talk, bitch.
He's hiding.
Blake, I see you. Your mic's not working. Oh, he's talking. You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
He ran away.
Hello?
There he is.
There we go.
he is. Blake,
Hello? Can you hear me?
hey, the
Yeah.
mic
Oh, hello.
is this thing
Hello.
on?
Yeah.
That was botched. Anyway, awkward silence. What are you doing, Blake?
I'm just hanging out. I'm waiting to do dinner.
What's for dinner?
Pho.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Did you say
Yeah,
fudge?
just hanging out.
Pho.
No, pho.
P-H-O.
Pho. Oh, like some
Vietnamese.
like some Asian soup.
Oh,
I like pho. A little faux beef with some soybean and some garlic and some onion in there. That's some good stuff. A little bit of fresh spinach. There's a place down here in the city that I'd love to go to.
What's the place?
It's right above the Kroger downtown. I don't remember what it's called. I posted a video or a picture of it, and I think it's called Dope. It's called Dope.
that's my kind of spot.
Yeah, it's called Dope, and it's literally right above the Kroger downtown. But yeah, see, I'm educating on all types of levels, you know. If you're in Cincinnati and you want some pho, go to Dope.
I'll have to give it a shot, man.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I'll
do
check
love
it
me
out.
some pho.
I think this is a pretty dope ass session tonight, by the way. Speaking of dope.
Yeah, I'm about to smoke a bowl. Did
Oh,
did
shit.
Blake, did you end up getting that rarible going?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
We are live.
Yeah, I decided to go with the MetaMask route.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good call.
NFT, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready to start getting these creators under our wing. We got this. I'm going to make a bunch of Kid Frank NFTs.
Wow! Throwing a bunch of cryptocurrency tokens around.
All of his favorite thoughts in the chat. I'm going to just take them and just make NFTs. Like the kid Frank thought into NFT.
I love it.
Kid Frank, do you like tacos?
There'll be like one like, "Where's the bomb?" Question mark.
He asked if you like tacos, Kid Franks. Who does not like tacos? If you don't like tacos, you're not,
Buddy, I like
not allowed to be in
fucking
here.
fish tacos, chicken tacos. fucking
I feel
beef
like-
tacos.
I feel like there should be an NFT where it has you like at a you have the stance where it's like either heroic or like a very powerful stance, and then there's like a thought bubble and it just says tacos.
There you go.
I love it. Hell yeah.
Just gotta put him on like an anime body or something. Put his head
Make
there.
sure to post it on a Tuesday too.
Taco Tuesday, baby.
Hell yeah, it's all about the timing.
Dude, there's this place in Westchester where I'm moving again up north from me. They have like that's when I posted this picture of the margaritas. Like they put like little Sour Patch gummies in there and like make them all crazy fruity, like all these different fruits and like different like super big and super strong. And that is definitely my Taco Tuesday place from now on. You're like, oh, I want my $6 margarita. This thing comes out like you're in the Bahamas.
It's literally a pitcher, not a glass.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of that, my wife was supposed to bring me down a drink like 20 minutes ago, and she never did.
Yeah, I picked up a bottle of scotch today. Still haven't opened it.
Oh my god, scotch is terrible. Ooh. That brings me back to like high school memories of stealing the liquor urn from our parents and like drinking it and puking everywhere. Ugh. You know what I'm talking about? Like scotch, like how they put it in like the urn thing. It's like a weird like flask.
Decanter.
Yeah, decanter. Ugh. Like we found that thing. Oh, that was a bad mistake as a teenager.
Yo,
No.
boys, listen to this one. I bought Chain Games at 2 cents and it almost hit $1 today.
Well, why didn't you tell us
Yeah,
about
I
it?
didn't buy it yet. Missed out. Same with Alice. Missed out.
Where
on
was
that
my
spot.
text on that, you Jack?
It's crypto. I was posting it. I posted it a while ago.
See,
He did. He called
Blake,
it
I
out.
tell you, this is why we have to have the crypto account that I'm not managing because I'll put the money in, just buy the shit. I can't watch it.
that's the best route to do for crypto too.
Damn it.
Model it.
You should have been
And I
like,
think that's
Kaler, at Kaler, I'm buying at 2 cents. I want some. Like, here's $1,000. Buy some.
you would have told me you'd been like, fuck, dude, that thing's not. Come back when it's worth 15 cents.
No, I'm definitely at the point where if there's a play like that, I'm in. I just don't want to look at it. I just want to be like, here, like, throw the company money there. Like, throw some money into this shit if it's like that low, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put a big list of low market cap coins that I think have some good potential with like good platforms coming out, and they're just starting to kind of gain a little bit of like publicity and people are starting to know about them. So good opportunities for sure.
Were you buying any Omi?
I haven't bought it. I've been watching it.
You guys need to be in here too. Like when you're doing that crypto chat shit, like when you're in there, why don't you just go in here and just make everyone come here and talk?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. Crypto's 24/7. Sometimes it's middle of the night. You get-
Yeah, but just jump
get
in
a
here. Like,
notification, man.
no, nobody gives a shit. Jump in here and be like, I will be in here all the time. And so will Blake. Blake's up when I get up to go piss in the morning. Blake's like, I'm going to bed. So understand that we are always going 24/7.
Hell yeah.
I would much rather you guys be in here all day long. Just why not? If you're looking at charts and you're doing educational videos, you're learning about something. Why not be together to learn about it together, like and talk about it?
Man, I tried to switch to UTC time, and I just finally got back to regular time again. I was like, I'm not fucking trying that. Because like that's when they're all hyping up all the fucking crypto pumps and shit, and I'm always asleep. So I was like, fuck this, I'm not missing out. Did it for like 2 weeks, and now I'm back to the regular schedule.
It's nice to have sunlight, eh?
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking killing me. I was like, I'm up to all night, sleeping all day. I was like, fuck. Paid off, though.
Are you doing any trading, like day trading with your crypto, or are you just buying and selling?
I'm just buying and selling right now, just because like crypto has such a big fluctuation on its like highs and lows, even in its like 5 minute time period. So like there's a lot of risk for losing capital. There's a lot of potential to make tons of money too, but
Well, you're also
I'm
in Canada where you guys get screwed on like buying and selling, day trading.
yeah, like
Not for crypto though.
like for instance, like the other day, the shorting Bitcoin was like, it was like fucking insane how much money was gone in like a matter of a couple hours, and like
Yeah, but they were shorting during the bull market. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, but like something like that though, it just steers me away from it. I like I still like going for like the high risk coins, but I just hodl them and sell them.
But like in
get
terms of
big
that into stocks, like why
runs.
don't you guys talk more about Riot and blockchain technology like EBON and things like that?
I think that everybody who bought that is too scared to buy crypto, and they're all eventually gonna pull their money out and put it into crypto. So
That's a good point.
I own some of Hive. It's a Canadian crypto ETF.
and I also missed out on the drops.
So
for it,
like
so
can I put in my perspective in, and it could be wrong, but so think about this, like whether you're a commodity trader or a forex trader, you're trading commodity, you're trading money, and you're trading the US dollar, right? That's how I equivalent the equivalent to Bitcoin is US dollar in my mind, the way I think about it. And
That's what we use most time for trading with. Well, yeah, USD or Tether, which is basically the same thing. Just
right, exactly. So where I think about it is that the Bitcoin have to have a bank, and the bank is the blockchain, correct?
The blockchain is what allows the transactions to go through in a secure manner. So every
So
time
they're
I
the
send
banks.
Bitcoin, um,
They
It's-
monitor. It's just like a dollar. You put a dollar in the bank, they monitor the transaction, right? That's what your bank does.
similar to the banks, but
It's
I
not
don't think
similar.
that-
It's exactly the same.
on the level you're talking about, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
On a deeper level, hell no, it's completely different because it's
Yeah.
spread out across billions of computers.
But it is. But the blockchain, so imagine this: your money was monitored by billions of computers before you ever knew it, right?
Yeah.
How do you think
Yeah.
banks work? It wasn't just a vault with money in your fucking bank. Like, how many
No,
banks
but I
have? No banks have money in vaults anymore, right?
Yeah, but the difference is that's a centralized system controlled by a single entity and a bunch of linked servers with the same information across them. Whereas
So, what do you think is
blockchain
going to happen when they
spread.
have crypto cities, right? It's going to be centralized. It's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
live
banked.
in one.
It's going to be banked.
You moving to Florida? Did you see Miami?
Just think about where I'm going with this. So, you have cities that are based off of cryptocurrency. They have to have banks that will create the transaction to be coherent, correct? So you can't have a transaction happen without someone regulating it. Even if you're like, oh, we're doing it on unregulated chain. Well, they created blockchains to regulate something, some part of it.
Yeah, it's basically the same idea.
It's the same as a bank. So there's multiple banks out there that are willing to take your money and give your money to somebody else and tell you that execution of transactions is going to be safe. That's what a blockchain is. They're creating the Bitcoin. They're buying the crypto. They're buying crypto at a specified rate. They're creating a company that mines the crypto with the expectation that they're going to mine it at a faster rate than the current price that they paid for to create their company, right?
Basically, yeah. So it's like they're just all digital records that are basically like stored and they just are processed through the computers, which is basically the same idea as like
A
if I
credit
were to
card.
do an e-transfer or like like a credit card
Or a
instance.
debit card, or whenever you swipe your card, you've been using cryptocurrency with US dollars, right? So wrap your head around that. Every time you've swiped a card, you're using digital currency. Now,
Just
people
a
are
different form of it.
yeah. Now people are being, but it's so let me bring you back to the archaic mode where you're talking oil, iron, gold, silver, and then people introduce a dollar and the banking system. This is now in Bitcoin and crypto, right?
I think the big difference of like the ideology of it though is like a dollar is used to buy a Bitcoin, whereas like Bitcoin is like the gold that you're using that in like
No,
currency.
opposite. So
I
think
think
about this. So I'm going to interrupt you on this because I want you to make sure you hear my ideology behind this. So if you're saying that a dollar is the same as a Bitcoin, it's different because gold is not like Bitcoin because Bitcoin is not a commodity. You can't use gold to conduct electricity or actually industrialize it. So therefore, it's not the same as gold because it's not you can't actually make it into a company when it comes to industrialization mode. But when it comes to economic mode, yes, you can. So I argue the fact that you're right, but I want you to understand it's different than gold. Gold was just an idea that all the rich people in the world that controlled everything when it comes to like kings, and back in the day they hoarded their gold, right? They hoarded that. So
yeah, because it created value for you.
Yeah, exactly. Right
So
now,
you could
Bitcoin
buy
is not
something
hoarded.
small.
It's not
You could
being
buy
hoarded.
something with a smaller amount, like a US dollar, and it would become more valuable because it's something that you buy to create value, like gold. That's
Exactly.
like what I was.
So where I'm trying to go with is that Ethereum is the gold of crypto. Bitcoin is the idea. It's the big idea behind it all. But if they're moving the NFTs to be put on a platform of Ethereum, then I think a lot of money is going to move from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and that's going to be the big downfall of Bitcoin. It's going to move into Ethereum because that's where they're all trying to move their money for NFTs. You know.
I think you're right with that, but where Bitcoin is it still the palladium, which still is a lot more valuable than gold on any given day. So I agree with you. ETH is the new gold, but Bitcoin is still the more.
I think
expensive.
Bitcoin's the platinum, and I think that the less people care about platinum, the more they care about gold. It becomes equal. Rappers were all talking about platinum chains, and then it all came back to gold. Gold was in the 90s, the 80s. Gold was in the 2000s and the 2020s. And platinum, you probably kids never even heard of it. And that was the Bitcoin of metal. Look at it. Look at the value of platinum, what it was like.
No, palladium. It's a different metal.
And I know what you mean by this. Like, I agree with you, kid. Like, you know, I'm in. So
it's like, well, fuck. I think I might even be thinking of the wrong metal. It's the most expensive metal in the world, though.
Anybody else have any ideas behind this, or like going what we're talking about, or?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to relate current currency, like fiat currency, to like people are relating Bitcoin to gold, but current currency, fiat currency, has nothing to do with gold anymore, right? Like the U.S. was taken off the golden standard back in the 70s, right? So it was originally based off of gold. It was originally based off the value of gold, but they wanted to be able to make more money than they had gold, so they was it Reagan? Reagan got rid of the gold standard in the U.S. So the way it is right now is Bitcoin is like your gold. It's your asset that holds the main value. Ethereum is your underlying thing, like the currency back then when it was based off the gold getting used. But I agree, as everything is going on the Ethereum blockchain, all the NFTs, all these game development coins and stuff are all ERC20 tokens, right? They're all Ethereum at the lowest level. So Ethereum is definitely going to come way up. I don't know if it will ever reach or pass Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is.
I think Ethereum is going to 15,000.
Oh, for sure, if not higher. But Bitcoin is being used as like a store of value, so people can get their money out of the like fiat currencies that are constantly being. I can't think of the word. Like their value is being lowered. What's the word?
Like when they're doing their halving?
Like inflation, no inflation, right? Like the dollar value is going down due to inflation. They're constantly printing more bills and it's going down. So people are trying to get their money out of the fiat and into the crypto because that doesn't have inflation. Bitcoin will never have more than 21 million coins. And every 4 years, the amount that are released per year goes down by half. That's the Bitcoin halving. That's the 4-year cycle, right? So that's why people like it. Is there's a determined amount that will be made. It was built into the code when it was created. It can never be surpassed.
Say, adding to that, as you said, yeah, Bitcoin's limited to 21 million. So since there's some sort of limitation on it, you know, that perceived value is just going to go up. It makes it more rare. There's no cap to ETH. Also, with Ethereum, it was meant to be treated differently rather than Bitcoin was. You know, Ethereum has your smart contracts. You can holds all the altcoins. Yep, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and that's it. So
Yeah, it's never going to be used as the currency like they originally had hoped because the underlying system just can't support it. It's too slow. It's getting too bloated. But Ethereum, especially once they change over to proof of stake and the gas fees basically disappear eventually, then it will be, you know, you call it currency. You're not paying more to send the money than the money you're sending, which is the current issue at the moment.
yeah, gas fees have always been pretty crazy.
Yeah, like there's a freaking game that they just released the beta, Age of Rust, and it's like you have to own a token in order to play it, and half the tokens you're paying more in gas fees than you are for the damn token to try the game out. It's like, so anyone who didn't get it before this last Ethereum push basically can't play the game now because it's too expensive to buy it.
Let's say I don't want to sound like a bear on Ethereum. I could definitely see it going up, but the thing is, you know, the reason why the price is so high is because people are buying faster than each blockchain can be mined. So keep that in mind. Eventually, you know, if people are still continuing to mine it, and that mining rate ends up being faster than people buying it, the price is going to go down.
But that's the thing. Once it does the proof of stake, mining no longer exists. And
Yeah,
that's supposed to
exactly.
happen in 2 years, and they're trying to push the date up.
Yeah.
So
if that comes quicker, then I could definitely see it, you know,
I'm holding
hitting
my,
15,000, hitting 20,000. You know, Bitcoin back in like 2016, 2017 wasn't supposed to hit 1,000, and it hit 1,000. And then, you know, a year later, hits 20,000 and drops back down. So
15,000 hitting 20,000.
yeah, like
Yeah, so I found that what I was looking at, it was a palladium. So it's 86 per gram, where gold is only 55. I just posted in the trading talk there, but that's like how I think of Bitcoin is of the cryptos. Is it's like the strongest of the cryptos. It's the palladium, and the next up to bat is the ETH, which is the gold of the cryptos. So like, I personally think those two are going to be the most valuable for the long haul of our lifetimes.
yeah, for sure.
especially with most things being built on top of the ETH.
Yeah, and like I couldn't see ETH passing Bitcoin just because of Bitcoin's OG status, but it's definitely going to be exploding once this like zero fee thing happens. There's so many people that are like holding so much ETH waiting for that, and it's gonna be a lot of movement in there.
Like what I just posted in the crypto team thing there. These guys are proud that they just burnt 2 million of their tokens, but like if you never made so many damn tokens, you wouldn't have to be burning them in order for your thing to be worth anything.
And like that's like them trying to show the people who are holding the coins, trying to show them some form of like reason to keep holding it, right?
Yeah, he's like 2 million DJ15 tokens valued at approximately $550 million were burnt the other day. And it's like, yeah, but if you didn't make those extra $2 million, your original tokens would be worth that much anyway.
I think a lot of these like newer ones are trying to capitalize on the idea of how Bitcoin does its halving, and like they're just trying to do it the same in like a similar way by just burning their tokens. Or like if you ever see like NFT artists, for instance, they'll burn half of their supply up to like create value for the people who are holding it.
Yeah.
So like I think that's kind of the idea, but like at the
It is
same,
like I was saying. It's just the fact that if they didn't make that much in the first place,
They
the
wouldn't.
original value could have just been higher to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
definitely.
I mean, yes, having them more so it was cheaper for people to buy in, and then burning off some of it helps those people that bought in. But I mean, it seems kind of counterintuitive.
I mean, that's what worries me. I mean, the good news is, you can jump on these early, crypto coins, and people will jump on them, and you can get an instant, profit for the most part. But, you got to remember it's all perceived value. I see some value. I mean, I see a lot of value in a lot of the altcoins, and, I see it in ETH, but, for some of these other coins, it's just kind of like a pump and dump for the most part.
Yeah, I'd be really careful. Like when you do see good gains in an alt, try and make sure you lock some of that profit in, because there's a lot of people who hold mass amounts of those
Mhm.
coins and they do rug pulls, and then you're basically sitting at a loss. And a lot of these guys, once they sell their coins, they don't even keep working on the project.
Yeah. And it's happened many, many, many times over the years. Just now people are, the good thing about with GameStop and, with the market kind of being crappy last March, now people are really into crypto and investing, and, people are laid off. They have more time than usual to look at this stuff and research, and a lot more people are going to be getting involved, which is good, but could be bad if you're too late. And when buying on those really, really tiny amounts of, coins, a 10% hit can be a lot of money, and it can happen really fast.
Yeah, and a 10% scare too. Like a lot of long-term holders, they may think that that's the start of a big drop, and they may end up taking some of their profits as well, just to
Yeah.
lock it in before a massive drop, and that's when it could trigger a huge bear market in the big dogs.
See, and there's also a lot of rewards too, like PNK is a good example, or that's one that I know that I had experience with. I got basically by using like Uniswap, I got some coins through them and got and because they added all that into it, I didn't even have enough time to sell mine, even though it was free. But think about all those people selling those free coins. They're going to sell as quick as possible. They're not going to hold on to it. It's free money.
Yeah, it's like most of my crypto is from 2012. Like my total investment in crypto right now is $170, and I have almost 15 grand worth.
Yeah. Say I've definitely look into some of the altcoins, but just be careful if you